Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Monday, October 15th, 2012. I wanted to start off with the most spectacular news that I saw over the weekend, for me anyway, was watching Felix Baumgartner break the world record this morning on Sunday. And I just wanted to, in case you didn't see it, it's interesting enough to watch. It actually has corollaries to the market. So listen up.
All right, stand up on the exterior step. Keep your head down. Release the helmet tie-down strap. Start the cameras. And our guardian angel will take care of you.
The whole world is watching now. I wish to see what I can see. Sometimes you have to get up really high. The smaller you are.
He's at 128,000 feet.
Jumper away.
And you can see the speed. It's going towards 700 miles an hour.
Speed factor 46. Speed 600 miles per hour. Speed 650 miles per hour. Speed 700. Speed 725. Speed 729.
I fast forwarded it. Here it is like 10 minutes later. And I'll show you the landing.
Did he break the speed of sound as he hoped? Here he's coming. And there you can see by the approaching shadow, he's just about there, and he goes. World record holder.
Absolutely spectacular. It was spectacular. I don't know whether he broke the speed of sound, but he came very close to it. This going faster than a jet. It's really amazing. Anyway, so what does that have to do with the market? Except that it was really interesting, is that it takes a long time. It took a long time, probably like upwards of like 45 minutes or 50 minutes to actually get that balloon up in the air. It only took like 10 minutes to bring it down. And this long climb in the market since June, since the beginning of June, this long, slow move against gravity, and it could easily just fall out of the sky all the way down to the 233 exponential moving average. I'm thinking that it was going to bounce off of 1409, maybe 1400, and it may have a slight bounce there, back up to, if it hits 1400, it may bounce up to 1420, but continue to look for the market to head lower. Now, on the overnight session, the S&P has been open for an hour and 20 minutes, and you can see it opened up at 1424, or it reached a high of 1424. So that was up like 2.5, almost 3 points, and then it started to roll over. The same on the Aussie yen, which you know by now with all my videos. When the Aussie yen goes up, it's risk on. When it goes down, it's risk off. So this is buyers, and when it goes down, it's sellers. This was the close on Friday, and it took exactly, let me see, took 1 hour and 15 minutes to close the gap. Took a little bounce, and it's moving down. So on the daily show here, not the daily show, but the daily show of the market, you can see that it's come down and hit support, which was like a quadruple support here, going all the way back to June, and then it had this little move up, and we'll see if it continues down again. My guess, my money is on it that it continues down. Okay, another one of the time slots I look at when I'm trying to figure out how the waves are working. I look at basically all the time slots. You can see up here. I sometimes use the 5, but mostly on stocks. But on the ES, I'm using the fib numbers from 144 all the way to 4181. And on the stock and on the minutes, I'm using 2155. I'll show you here. I use 2155.89, and I also use 144 in the cash price. So in terms of 144 cash price on October 10th, T3 on the 144 cash price moved below 0. Now it had a little bit of bounce here for about 5 or 6 points on the S&P, but that is the first time it's been above 0 since June 29th. Okay, now we have another wave going down, and that happened on Friday, on that huge turnaround on Friday where we were up around 500 and ended up down 700. At 11 o'clock in the morning on Friday the 12th, T4 went below 0, and that's the first time that's been below 0 since July 16th. So it's, and also the short wave on T3 is below 0, and it's the first time that's been below 0 since June 18th. So that went below 0 all the way back here. So my point is that things are coming apart, and there's no reason not to believe that this trend line, let's put in a trend line here. Whoops. Okay, this trend line right here is on a cash price, and that trend line actually, now that I'm looking at it, that trend line is broken. Let me see, that goes back to, okay, so the trend line on the 144 cash has been broken because this does not show tonight's action, which is down another 75. So we've broken it down to 2025. We're kind of right at it. So we are at the line in the sand. If it does not bounce right here and go up to either the 21 period moving average or just take off for a triple top, then we're in line for a 1386 drop. And even that may be just temporary, because a Fibonacci retracement of this entire move is, let me see, is 1365. So don't be surprised. This is not going to happen, you know, like over a 3-month period. There is enough fear in this market that this could come apart very quickly in 2 or 3 days. Just have heads up on it. If you're long, have very tight stops in place. All right, let's take a look at Apple. I'm just going to highlight a few stocks tonight. Apple T1 is followed by T2 going. This is the daily. T3 is below 0. T4 is approaching that mark. And if T4 goes below 0, that is the first time since January of 2012. So I don't see good things for Apple. If you were lucky enough to get back in to reshort it at 647, then you are in high cotton. Right now, it may bounce a little bit if it goes sideways or bounces up to the 8-period moving average, 638 on a Monday morning push, maybe up like 5 or 6 points. I would definitely jump in on the short side. Puts. If you like danger, do Friday's puts. If you don't like danger, do November puts. 0.71 delta. Okay, another favorite stock is Baidu. Baidu managed to take a little, after this obliteration on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, it made a 5-point push. As far as the T1 through T5 goes on the daily, it means almost nothing. It's bounced back up to the 377 on the 21 cash, and the long wave on T5 on the 21 cash is still below 0. So, and T1 is rolling over. So this is very shortable at 1112. I mean at 112. Sorry. Okay, as of right now at 6:30, the evening gold's down about $9. It's it has been reflected in the price on GLD. GLD is, even though you know that I like gold, but you still have to play the waves, and you have to bide your time of when to get in and when not to get in. This is a daily show. This is a daily move of gold. The 8 and the 21 are coming together, and the waves are slightly moving over. It's not. I wouldn't short it here, but I wouldn't go long yet either. T5, T1 on the 21 cash. T1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all below 0. So if you like to play dangerous, it's a counter trend move, but it's still playable. Let me see on the 70s. On GLD, on the daily, this is playable to like 166, 4-point move, which would put us back down to here. So this has room to move on the downside, but it's a very, very short counter trend trade. Have tight stops in place. And Google. Google's showing signs of rolling over on the daily. And you can see on the 21-minute, as soon as you start seeing Google roll over just a little bit right here, then you have to start looking for signs on the 21-minute to see. Okay, so let me see. It has been rolling. This is like a non-confirmation high. This is a lower high on the daily on T1 on the white wave, and a higher high in the cash. So this is a non-confirming lower high. So at that point you start looking over on this side, and we see this nice move on Google from 766 down to 377, which is 24 points, or 26 points. It had a little bounce, and now look for T1 to go back over. So, okay, so in summary, I'm looking at the ES on the Triton waves on the left, and I'm looking at the ES on the ABC waves on the right. So I went into detail about how you could follow me on the October 12th video, on Thursday for Friday's video, which is available on YouTube that you can watch. It's just the one before this one. And if you want to follow me, just go to Trade the Markets plural, and go to indicators, and you can participate by getting these waves. Now, you can see that the same things are happening on the ABC waves that are happening on the Triton waves, except the Triton waves just a little bit smoother. So I'll be here to update this for you at least 3 times a week, and we can trade this together. Again, this is available right now as a download for TradeStation, eSignal, Sierra, and Ninja. Well, have a good evening, have a good rest of the weekend, and I will see you at the next update.
Speed 600 miles per hour. Speed 650 miles per hour. Speed 700. Speed 725. Speed 729.